An Mỹ Dung, 28 years old, living alone in a small rented room in rural Vietnam. I recently left my factory job, so most of weekdays now feel very different. In my previous videos, I went to the beach, a local market, and a fishing village. But today there is no trip, no one to meet, and nowhere I need to be. It is just an ordinary day at home. I will wash my clothes, clean the fish pond, scrub the bathroom, and wash my motorbike. It may sound boring, but ordinary life becomes more interesting when you learn how to notice it. Since leaving the factory, I have had much more free time than money. I'm trying to use some of that time to take better care of my health. 4 years of rotating shifts did not treat my body very well. This is a primary school near my rented room. The students are currently on summer break, so the school grounds are empty in the morning. The security guard allows local residents to come inside and exercise. In the afternoons, some children usually come here to play football. Right now, it is quiet enough for me to run without getting in anyone's way. It also means fewer people can see how quickly I become exhausted. I have only run a few laps, but I'm already exhausted. Apparently, my stamina also resigned from the factory. This is a flamboyant tree. Its brighter red flowers usually bloom at the beginning of summer. It is a very familiar sight to Vietnamese students because these trees are often planted in schoolyards. For many people, the flowers bring back memories of school days and summer holidays. Since I'm already outside, I'll stop by a nearby shop to buy some sliced sandwich bread. I'll take it home and make an egg sandwich for breakfast. I don't usually buy this type of bread, but it is convenient and it doesn't take much time to prepare.
Chú ơi, bán cho con một bịch bánh sandwich chú. Dạ, bao nhiêu rồi chú?
15.000.
Dạ.
This is a small grocery shop in the countryside. It mainly sells essential goods and packaged products that can be stored for a long time. In my experience, shops like this are usually very honest with their prices. They rarely overcharge customers, and some items can even be cheaper than in supermarkets because they do not have to pay for a large shop space or many employees. I'm back home. Before making breakfast, I need to clean the fish pond. The water has been cloudy for several days. When you live alone, small problems stay exactly where they are until you deal with them yourself. If you enjoy these quiet, ordinary moments, you can subscribe and stay with me for the next video. And please tell me in the comments what an ordinary day looks like for you. The dirt at the bottom did not appear overnight. It collected slowly, little by little, until the water was no longer clear. Life can become like that too. When I worked rotating shifts, I was usually too tired and too busy to notice the things I was neglecting. Now I have more free time, although not necessarily in the way I once wished for. Cleaning this pond is only a small job, but at least it is something I can finish today. The water is becoming clear again. My future is not quite as clear, but I suppose one thing at a time. The water is clear again, and the fish already look much happier. At least they have had a good morning. I'm starving now, so it's finally time to make a breakfast.
Ăn sáng của mình nha các bạn.
It doesn't taste particularly good, but it is simple, filling, and still gives me enough protein and energy for the morning. For a breakfast that costs only about 19 cents, I think that is good enough. After eating, I rested for a little while and then gathered my clothes to wash. I did not have many clothes, but if I left them for a few more days, there would be too much to wash. Since the weather was still sunny, I decided to do it today. may be wondering why I keep so many water containers here. Water is only supplied at certain times, especially during the dry season, so I store it whenever it is available. I could choose a more convenient water system, but it would cost much more. For now, keeping water in these containers is the cheaper option, even if it makes the room look a little crowded. When I was working at the factory, I usually waited for my day off to do the laundry. Back then, I often wished I had more free time. Now I have plenty of it, but it doesn't feel as relaxing as I once imagined. Still, keeping my clothes and the room clean makes the days feel a little less empty. The owner replaced a few roof tiles with transparent panels. This lets sunlight into the room during the day and helps save electricity. Finally, the clothes are ready to be hung outside. People usually notice the work that earns money. Cooking, cleaning, and washing clothes are rarely considered important, even though someone still has to do them. When you live alone, these small jobs are what keep your life from slowly falling apart. I didn't earn any money today, but at least I took care of what I already have. This morning, while I was exercising at the primary school, I noticed this small plant growing quietly in a corner. I thought it looked quite lovely, so I asked the security guard if I could take it home. He kindly agreed. I don't dream of a noisy life, a perfect relationship, or becoming very rich. What I really want is much simpler. A small garden that I can take care of with my own hands. Society often tells us to dream bigger, but for someone without a home of their own or a stable income, even a few square meters of soil can feel like a luxury. For now, the dream is still far beyond my reach. I don't have a garden, but I can give this little plant a small pot, some water, and a place near the sunlight. Taking care of one small plant will not change my life, but at least it gives me something new to care for. I hope it will be happy in its new home. After bringing the little plant home, I went back to my room and opened my laptop. I usually spend some time reading the comments under my videos. Some people ask about my life, others simply leave a few kind words. I don't have family living nearby, many friends, or anyone special waiting for me at the end of the day. Most of the time, this room is very quiet. I have never met most of you, and you only know me through these small videos. But when I read your comments, the room feels a little less empty. YouTube has not changed my life yet, but it has given me people to talk to. For someone who spends most days alone, that means more than you might think. Today was just an ordinary day. Thank you for spending it with me and making this quiet room feel less lonely. See you in the next video. Take care.
Bye bye mọi người, hẹn video tiếp theo nhé.